Hey, yo, I want to talk about the absolutely fantastic update on the Magic Spider-Man set. According to a blog post by Magic's head designer Mark Rosewater, not only did Spider-Man outsell Edge of Eternities, but the Spider-Man set is one of the top 10 best-selling sets of all time. Wow, let's give it up for Spider-Man. Come on everyone, stand up and applaud. All this money coming into Magic is great for the game and will certainly trickle down to benefit the players eventually, right? Maybe in the form of lower MSRPs or better card quality. So hooray for Hasbro profits! Hooray, bravo! And to honour this momentous achievement of Magic the Gathering just making so much money, I asked my assistant Dr. Hands to grab a bunch of packs, so that we could all celebrate by opening them together. Zoom in. And even though we only have 3 packs here, I actually asked Dr. Hands to grab 3 more mystery bonus packs, one to open after each Spider-Man booster to make this celebration even more exciting. So let's get started with Pack 1. And as per usual, Dr. Hands has laid these out in the order that he's opened them. Over here on the left we have our 6 to 7 commons. This is our 3 uncommons. Next we have 1 wild card of any rarity, our guaranteed rare or mythic rare for the pack, 1 traditional foil of any rarity, 1 basic land, and finally 1 non-foil double-sided token. According to WotC's now deleted Collecting Magic the Gathering Marvel's Spider-Man A First Look article for the set, link in the description, each pack also contains, and I quote, 0 to 1 Mar cards. A chance to pull 0 cards? Maybe this article got deleted because the excitement was just too much for people. And if you're not familiar with what a Mar card is, don't worry, I also had to look it up. But Scryfall lists Mar as Marvel Universe, which I guess is some kind of bonus sheet we get in packs instead now that the list has been discontinued. Which I do find curious because once again, according to Mark Rosewater, when asked why WotC simply had to break their promise that they'd continue to reprint mechanically unique secret layers with in-universe alternatives, after first explaining that sometimes after they've promised something, things change and I guess that's your fault for believing them when they speak, he went on to say the reason WotC can't reprint those promised cards is due to the fact the list doesn't exist anymore. But hey Mark, if you're watching, you imply you still want to reprint those mechanically unique cards, but without the list you're evaluating how best to do that. Well, I've got an idea. This is clearly also a bonus sheet like the list. Print them here, bud. Didn't seem that difficult a problem to solve to me. But then I'm not responsible for one of the top 10 best-selling sets of all time, I'm just a humble idiot who listens when you speak, so what do I know? Any which way, this time we got the much-coveted 0 Mar cards in a pack, thrilling. So our spotlight card will have to be Gwenom Remorseless, who I guess is like Emma Stone if she was in that Venom movie. Probably. This card is a mythic, which might go towards explaining the price tag, because as of time of recording, if we check the average sale price on the card according to Card Market, you'll see it's got a 30-day average sell value of £3.97, a 7-day average sell value of £3.63, and a 1-day average sell value of £4.12. This makes Gwenom Remorseless the most monetarily valuable card in the pack, and that's the most important aspect of Magic the Gathering. On to our first bonus pack. Pack 2, but what is that? Dr. Hands, zoom in. Lorwyn? I don't recognise that character. Dr. Hands, what is this? Yeah, is this like some DC fanfiction proxy pack? Is Eclipsed a Superman villain or something? You know what, bin this off. Yeah, get it out of here. Get me some real Magic cards with a recognisable IP. Yeah, there we go, that's better. Not so difficult, was it? A TMNT collector booster, something I'll actually be able to profit from. What's even the point of opening packs otherwise? Okay, we have all the cards laid out, and thanks to those collector booster prices, these look like a bunch of scratch cards to me. You're never going to know how much money you'll make until you look them up. But as you can tell with this foil Sword of Sinew and Steel reskin being only £3.29, and this rare looking fancy Art April being only 25 pence, sometimes when you gamble, you lose. Because our spotlight card is Undergrowth Stadium, which isn't even in foil. However, someone must want it for some reason, God knows why. Because if we look at the prices, it's got a 30-day average sell value of £4.50, a 7-day average sell value of £4.29, and a 1-day average sell value of £3.95. That's about 10% the price of the collector booster it was in. Makes me wonder what WotC's justification is for these pack prices, because I can't imagine they'll say it's due to the expected card resale value, as that would certainly imply that buying a pack is actually gambling, which may need to be regulated, especially if they're targeting children. Let's see what Hasbro CEO Chris Cox reportedly said in his Q2 2025 earnings call in answer to the question. Now you've got Spider-Man, which theoretically skews a bit younger. Avatar is more of a teens type product. And Secret Lair, I think you have just put out or will soon be putting out a Secret Lair release for Sonic the Hedgehog. So I'm curious about how you're thinking about the demographic shift maybe getting younger for Magic. To which Chris Cox replied, I mean, I won't do the cheeky answer, best not say the quiet part out loud, what a scamp. Our new player average is always kind of in that 11 to 14 year old range. Cool, interesting to know that when they slap a recognizable child-friendly cartoon character, like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for instance, onto packs with an MSRP of $37.99, they do in fact have 11-year-olds in mind as their intended audience. Cool stuff, no regulation needed here I'm sure. Pack 3. It's more of those younger skewing Spider-Man cards of course, and our spotlight card is Heroic Intervention, which has just the worst rules text placement on a card. This art is from the cover of a very famous Spider-Man comic book. As you can see from this big empty space up top which would normally contain the Spider-Man logo, and the fact this man's face is covered over by misplaced text, that this art was never intended for a Magic card. However, it's got a 30-day average sell value of £9.41, a 7-day average sell value of £9.90, and a 1-day average sell value of £8.98. So I guess that means this card is money, and that's all that matters. On to our next bonus pack. Pack 4, which is from the Mega Evolution Magic set featuring the Plane of Phantasmal Flames? Or at least I think, I'm just a scalper, I don't actually know anything about the cards. Less cards in this pack for some reason, and the art seems a bit weird. This is probably more of that Bloomburrow set from a while back. But our spotlight card is Dewgong, which is an evolution of Seal. There only seems to be foil versions of this card, which I find very curious. Maybe that coupled with the less cards means this is some sort of Magic promo pack. But regardless, this card has a 30-day average sell value of £2.89, a 7-day average sell value of £2.79, and a 1-day average sell value of £3.01, which isn't as great as some of the other Magic cards that we've opened, probably due to the fact the only version of this is in foil. I hope WotC don't do this again in the future. Pack 5. And no messing around with this pack, we clearly have a winner. Our spotlight card is Bagel and Schmear. I may not know much about Magic outside of being a reseller, but even I know how beloved and popular this card is. Bagel and Schmear has a 30-day average sell value of £2,418.70, a 7-day average sell value of £2,418.70, and a 1-day average sell value of £3,119.04. God damn, this is the reason that I love Magic. My gamble has paid off, why can't every card be like Bagel and Schmear? And let's end on our last bonus pack. Pack 6, which is, oh, it's from the Adventures in the Forgotten Realms set. It's been so long since those cards were released, I must have forgotten what the boosters look like. Anyway, here's all the cards. Hey, Dr. Hands, can you, clean that up a bit, please? Ah, that's better, thank you very much. And, once again, not as many cards in a pack as I'd have expected. But to reiterate, I'm just a reseller, what do I know? I may not know anything about Magic, but I will punch someone in a Walmart over it, so our spotlight card is Ancient Copper Dragon, which looks a little different when you see the card in person. But like I say, I'm just someone who measures success by how much money I make. If something sells a lot, then I disregard all other factors and consider that a success worth boasting about. I don't actually care about the lore, the setting, the cards, or their quality apparently. I'll tell people everything is fine as long as I'm making money, because I don't even really care about the people who buy the cards either, it seems. As long as I make a profit at the expense of all else, then it's a win in my book. Money is the only metric of success worth measuring. Copper Dragon has a 30-day average sell value of £61, a 7-day average sell value of £60.66, and a 1-day average sell value of £64.10. And that's what Magic is about, how much money it makes and fuck everything else. And that's all our packs. Were they fun to open? It doesn't matter, were you not listening? The most important part of Magic the Gathering is how much money you can make. And with a pack MSRP of $6.99, basically anyone can take a gamble and try to win big by finding an expensive card to sell. Even if you're 11 years old apparently. Because remember the messaging, folks. Profits are how you measure success. Though I have noticed one discrepancy. I'm not sure what the currency conversion rate is, but if I check Magic Madhouse, one of the UK's most popular TCG retailers, they're only selling their packs for £3.95, which is weird. It feels like that's much lower than the US dollar amount of the listed MSRP. It's almost like prices are having to be slashed because no one wants to buy these packs. But that can't be right. A retailer wouldn't willingly sell these at a loss. And we know for a fact that Spider-Man is one of the top 10 best-selling sets of all time. Thanks to a previous post by Mark Rosewater, we know what undeniable metrics they use to measure success. And there's no way that those sales numbers could be misleading in any way. And there's no way data could be cherry-picked to present a more favourable outcome. So these bargain basement prices and pitiful card resale value for cards that are supposed to be rare and expensive collector's items must just be some strange coincidence. But while that's the end of the video, the Spider-Man celebration can continue in the comments below. Feel free to tell everyone how great you think it is to hear WotC boast about their sales. Just type the word applause if you want to join me in congratulating the Hasbro suits for making so much money from Magic. Or let me know if you too love collecting Magic the Gathering cards almost as much as Labubu's, Beanie Babies and Tulip Bulbs, which are as popular today as they've ever been and were certainly worth the cost of investment. I for one think it's fantastic that thanks to WotC, now everyone can use Magic to feel like a Wall Street trader. Well, I say everyone. But then I suppose that's wishful thinking considering the MSRP of a collector booster is now higher than the average hourly wage of most US states. Guess those 11-year-olds will need to get a second job. Thank you very much for watching this video, and thank you to everyone who supports me, like 27 publications, Eggboy the Particle that permeates all existence, Blank Space, Wanpako Jozu, Miss Murder, a random Patreon, Ominous Jazz, and the rest of my patrons whose names are on screen now. I'd also like to thank the sponsor for this video, me and my Patreon page, where you can get your name credited on screen too. Check it out in the link in the description below. Hit the like button, leave a comment, tell someone close to you that you love them. Most importantly, subscribe and share this video with a friend. Hit the notification bell and do all those things the algorithm loves. If you agree or disagree with any of my points, or you want to see me do a video on another subject, let me know, and I will see you next time. Post-editing Red here, just to jump in to say that during the production of this video I learned that his middle initial is P. You can see it on the screenshots that I've taken, which means that the CEO of Hasbro's full name is Crispy Cox.